Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Glad you're joining me today. The New York Knicks got a chance to win 5 of their last 6 games. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. They got a chance to win 2 in a row and win 5 of their last 6 games against the Washington Wizards at the nation's capital, at the Capital One Arena, ladies and gentlemen. This is an in-season tournament game. And please excuse that Boston Celtics logo down there at the bottom. We'll get that switched up in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to remind you, though, that the channel, as you very well know, has been demonetized, ladies and gentlemen. So you can definitely support the channel by going to Cash App. All right, Cash App, $. The Cash App is $, nothing but Knicks. You can also, ladies and gentlemen, use your PayPal. And go to paypal.com, paypal.me/nothing but Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. And let me get myself back on the screen so we can get this thing on and popping. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, support the channel. We would definitely appreciate it. And you can see now we got the Washington Wizards logo back in the building. Back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to remind you as well, those Captain Clutch t-shirts and hoodies are now available at printjurisdiction.com. And let me explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, these are premium shirts. Premium shirts, folks. Very, very high quality shirts. And they're dope. And yes, you can see below, we have them in New York Knicks colors, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you get one of these Captain Clutch t-shirts. And you can see the blue one, you can see the black ones, there's cream ones. The back has Brunson number 11 on it. They're pretty dope, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have them in hoodies. I'll show you the hoodies in just a little bit. So please make sure you pre-order your Jalen Brunson Captain Clutch t-shirts or hoodie, whichever one you prefer. Because they're on sale right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's get to the New York Knicks. The big question for the Knicks, is RJ playing? Is Quentin Grimes playing? That's the question. We don't know as of yet. Ladies and gentlemen, they're both questionable on the injury report. You know, I guess we expected them to be questionable on the injury report. RJ Barrett still questionable with migraines. Quentin Grimes questionable with a left wrist sprain. Jacob Toppin out, G League. Dwayne Washington Jr. out, G League. Dylan Windler out, G League. And we expected all these guys to be out anyway. For the Washington Wizards, Patrick Baldwin Jr. is on G League assignment. John Butler Jr., G League. Ryan Rollins, G League. And then Dalen Wright, who normally does play for the Wizards. He's out with a left knee sprain. Okay. Here we are. The Knicks possibly have 2 major injuries. Not major injuries. Let me not say that. 2 injuries to starters, to major players. Let's say that in the starting lineup. RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes. Normally, if those guys started, you know, we know exactly what that lineup would look like if those guys were to start. It's questionable as to whether or not they're going to start, whether or not they're going to play. You know, you're playing the Wizards. The Knicks may feel, you know what, give RJ another day. Let Quentin Grimes rest his wrist. Because the Wizards so far. Only 2 wins on the season. Got the 27th worst defense in the league. But I didn't forget about what happened during the preseason. Sorry. I didn't forget about it. You know what I mean? Those guys came out in the preseason and put something on the Knicks. And I know it was the preseason. And I should probably wipe it off like, whatever. But I can't. Because those guys went crazy. But for the Knicks, if RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes are both playing, then, of course, the starting lineup is Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. And for the Washington Wizards, they got Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Danny Avila, Kyle Kuzma, and Daniel Gafford. Jordan Poole went crazy against the Knicks in the preseason. Dropped 40 whatever points on the Knicks in the preseason. I'm not expecting him to do the same thing tonight. But we know we know he's capable. You know, they have a team that can get up and down the floor. They have a team that can get hot. They have a team of guys who are trying to prove that they belong in the league. Not that they belong in the league. Jordan Poole knows he belongs in the league. Kyle Kuzma knows that he belongs in the league. They're trying to prove that they can step up to another level in the league. Almost do like what Julius Randle did when he came to the Knicks. Julius Randle stepped up another level. He's hoping to step up more levels. And playing the Knicks, you know, everybody has it out for the Knicks. All players in the league got it out for the Knicks. They're always trying to, you know, prove themselves against the Knicks. And it's going to be no different tonight. As a matter of fact, both of these guys, Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Poole, you know, they probably got this one circled just because it's the Knicks. Now, if it was in the Garden, maybe it's circled in black marker instead of blue. I don't know. But I'm pretty positive that Jordan Poole, he's like, yeah, I'm coming here to get busy. Well, I'm not coming here. I'm going to get busy tonight against the Knicks because he remembers what he did the last time, and he's, you know, got his mouth salivating, figuring and thinking he's going to do it again. Now, if Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett is out, I'm not sure who starts or what. We're going to talk about in just a second, but let's assume that they're here. And if they're here, this is what the bench would look like. Quickly, DiVincenzo, RJ Barrett, Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein. For the Washington Wizards, Landry Shamet, Bilal Coulibaly, Corey Kispert, Gallinari, and then forget about that Nick Richards at the on the bench. There is no Nick Richards on the bench. I'm not sure who would play that center position, to be honest with you. Right? They might just go small because Coulibaly is, you know, he's playing that shooting guard spot, but he's 6'8". You know, so they could go small and use their cumulative length to go against the Knicks. I don't know. Not exactly sure how that would go. The only thing I do know is that, you know, this team is probably not afraid of the Knicks because of the way that they played against the Knicks in the preseason. And I know people are going to say the preseason doesn't mean anything, but, you know, when you build just a little bit of confidence, you feel like, yeah, we can do something with this team right here. Right? That's all you need. It's just a little bit of confidence to feel like you can do something. There we go. We just covered that up, ladies and gentlemen. No more Nick Richards out there. No more Nick Richards. Looking at the bench, though, obviously Gallinari, you know, he's slow, but he can shoot the ball. Kispert can shoot the ball. Coulibaly's a good defender. Rookie, feeling his way throughout the league. Shamet, he can shoot the ball. Right, so we got to watch this team from the three-point line, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because of what happened in the preseason, but that's part of the reason why I'm saying we got to watch them too, is because of what happened in the preseason. That's not the only reason that I'm saying it. They can get hot. They got guys that can shoot the ball. You know, right now in the season, I think they're shooting like 35% or something like that. But they can shoot it, and they can get hot, right? And I don't want to play around with these guys, you know, and test them. Just take them out. You know, the Knicks need to get this win. They're on a road trip. This will be the third game on a road trip. Good win the other night in Atlanta. They can get this win here. It'll be another, you know what I mean? Because it's a road trip, in my opinion, it'll be another good win. All right, and they would have taken 2 of the 3 on the road trip. Then they play Charlotte tomorrow. We'll get into all of that later on tonight. If, ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Grimes and R.J. Barrett are out, I'm assuming that Dante DiVincenzo is going to start. It's my assumption. And Josh Hart, he's been starting for R.J. Barrett. Then you got Julius Randle and you got Mitchell Robinson. Of course, Tyus Jones, Jordan Poole, Danny Avila, Kyle Kuzma, and Daniel Gafford. You know, if this is the only issue here with this lineup is Denny, you know, has got a little bit of height over Josh Hart. But the bench, that's what's a little bit scary for me, the bench. Because now you're taking 2 of your bench players. You have to. You have no choice. 2 of your bench players, and they enter the starting lineup, right? Now, you know, the bench changes significantly. Let's take a look at the bench, what the bench would look like in the event that R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes are both out. Before I get to the bench, let me just remind you, ladies and gentlemen, the channel's been demonetized, so please make sure you support the channel if you can. Use the Cash App, $ nothing but Knicks, or PayPal at paypal.me/nothing but Knicks. We definitely appreciate your support, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to give a big shout out to Gary Joyner. The other night, he hit me with a Cash App. I appreciate you, Gary. Thank you for the support, the continued support from everyone. We definitely appreciate it. He said, stay strong. No worries about it, brother. I'm going to stay strong. January, we'll have that monetization back, and I'll stop begging. Dig what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back to these lineups. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if Quentin Grimes and R.J. Barrett are out, Deuce McBride, we know, is going to step up into that lineup. Right? And then Evan Fournier maybe steps into the lineup. I don't know. That's a hard one to say. Tom Thibodeau has not looked Evan Fournier's way this season. And I'm not sure if he's going to look Evan Fournier's way, to be honest with you. It seems like he might be the next guy to get in there. Who else would it be unless he just decides I'm going to, you know, stick with a 9-man, 8-man rotation, whatever it is. But, 8-man rotation. Does Jericho Sims play if Josh Hart is in that starting lineup at the power forward spot and Quentin and Dante DiVincenzo is now in the starting lineup? Do you play Jericho Sims, given the fact that you got a back-to-back? Right? The Knicks play Charlotte tomorrow. It's a tough one. If it were me, I'd give Fournier and Jericho Sims a little bit of burn tonight. I'd give them a little bit of burn. You know what I mean? For the simple fact that there's a back-to-back. The Knicks play Charlotte tomorrow. I mean, if you play Josh Hart played 40-something minutes the other night. You know, you play Josh Hart 40-something minutes. You play Julius Randle 40 minutes. Right? Maybe Jalen Brunson 40 minutes. Then you want these guys to do it again tomorrow night. And I'm not saying they're not capable. They're capable. They're definitely capable. But do you really want to do that? If we're supposed to have a deep roster, use those guys that's on the roster. That's my thought process. Use the guys that's out there on the roster. Karen Fung, you asked about RJ and you asked about Quentin Grimes. Are they playing tonight? Not sure yet. Right now, they're questionable. They're questionable. So, I guess we'll find out a little bit later. I'll keep checking as the show is going on. I'll keep checking to find out if they're going to play tonight or not. Maybe there's an update. But you got to go deeper in that bench. You can't rely on just 8 guys, especially when you're on the front end of a back-to-back. You want to take both of these games. You play the Wizards and you play the Hornets. 2 teams that you should win. Even when you got RJ and Quentin Grimes out, you should win both of these games, in my opinion. 2 teams that haven't found the rhythm this season. And weren't expected to find the rhythm this season. So we'll see what Tom Thibodeau decides to do. Now, let's take a look at the matchups for the night. Okay, there's different ways that this can go based on injuries, but let's just begin with the regular starting lineups. All right, your regular starting lineups. Of course, Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett are questionable, but we'll just start with those. We'll start with these guys. If Quentin Grimes is able to play, I expect that he's going to be on Jordan Poole. As a matter of fact, the way you see it on your screen, it's probably the way that it will be. Jalen Brunson on Tyus Jones. Quentin Grimes on Jordan Poole. RJ Barrett on Denny. Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, Mitchell Robinson, Daniel Gafford. To be honest with you, if these are the matchups, I would expect the Knicks to win just about each one of these matchups, except for Quentin Grimes and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole would probably win that matchup, based on his offense. Quentin Grimes to do his thing defensively. We're not expecting Quentin Grimes to win his matchups offensively against teams. If he does that, that's a bonus. If and when he does that, that's a bonus. I expect Jalen Brunson to win that matchup. Right? RJ Barrett and Denny. If RJ Barrett is playing, I would expect RJ to win that matchup. Julius Randle and Kyle Kuzma, could go either way. Randle could win the matchup. Kuzma could win the matchup on any given night. Or they could, it could be a duel and they offset each other. I'm expecting Mitch, like Nick Yak just said, I'm expecting Mitch to control the boards. You know what I'm saying? Mitch has been, he's been dominant on the boards. And I'm expecting much of the same tonight from Mitchell Robinson. This is what I would expect if the Knicks have their normal and regular starting lineup. Now, if Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett are out, then obviously it's going to change, right? Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart now enter the starting lineup. I would expect in that unit, I don't know, maybe Josh Hart guards Jordan Poole and DiVincenzo guards Denny. Not sure. Not sure. I don't know. They're both 6'4". They're both decent defenders. Josh Hart maybe has longer arms than Dante DiVincenzo. Dante DiVincenzo can probably jump a little bit higher than Josh Hart. Josh Hart might be just a little bit better defender than Dante DiVincenzo. Obviously, they're going to switch around anyway. So I'm not sure about that one there. Who would defend who. Now, some people might, I don't know, if Quentin Grimes is out, I have Dante DiVincenzo. I'm assuming Dante DiVincenzo because of, just the way the lineups work. I'm assuming it would be Dante DiVincenzo. It could be Emmanuel Quickly. I don't know. I think Dante DiVincenzo fits a little bit better because of the catch and shoot ability. I think he has better catch and shoot ability than Emmanuel Quickly. Not saying he's a better player, just better catch and shoot ability. And that may be a little bit more valuable in the starting lineup. When you have a Brunson, when you have a Julius Randle. But now, if you're out there with Josh Hart instead of RJ Barrett, then maybe Emmanuel Quickly fits in that starting unit because of his ability to create. So instead of having two guys that create in that starting lineup with Brunson and Randle, you now have three. But, I mean, he didn't. When RJ's been out the last couple of games, he used Josh Hart. So I guess he's, probably not concerned about, okay, I got to have this type of action in the starting lineup because you can always substitute Emmanuel Quickly in if and when you need him out there. Well, you're going to need him out there, but, if you feel like you need more shot creation with that unit. You know what I mean? But that's something I want to watch, paying attention to. I think Emmanuel Quickly is still going to come off the bench, because the Knicks need his leadership off the bench. Some people may ask what leadership, but Emmanuel Quickly's form and version of leadership that Tom Thibodeau believes in. Emmanuel Quickly, he's still giving you 15 points per game off the bench. He's playing very good defense. He's putting his name again. He's putting his name in the Sixth Man of the Year conversation. Shout out to Lonely Souls for the Cash App. He said, what makes you think players have something against the New York Knicks? It's not about having something against the Knicks. So, it's not about causing drama and having something against the New York Knicks. There are certain teams that you get motivated to play. Like if I was in the NBA, I'd be motivated to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Not that I don't like the Los Angeles Lakers. They're the Los Angeles Lakers. So I would be motivated to play against the Los Angeles Lakers. Because if I have a good game against the Los Angeles Lakers, it's probably going to make the news. Because it's the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's kind of like that with the Knicks. The Knicks are one of those teams like the Cowboys in the NFL that always have fans everywhere, right? Knicks fans talk a lot of garbage and trash. People get motivated to play the Knicks. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just the truth. What can you say? People get motivated to play the Knicks. If I was in the league, I'd be motivated to play LA. If I wasn't on the Knicks, I'd be motivated to play the Knicks. I'd be happy about it. This is the way I see the lineups, though, ladies, or the matchups. Or, what I said before Lonely Souls brought that question up. That's what I think about the matchups. This should be a game, though, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, that the Knicks, I'm not going to say dominate, but the Knicks should win this basketball game. They should win this basketball game. It could be difficult. The Knicks are going to have a lot of fans at Capital One Arena. I wanted to go to the game tonight, but I was supposed to have an event with my players. We were supposed to go to the Notre Dame, Illinois women's basketball shoot around this evening. But then I guess the NCAA reached out to Notre Dame and said you can't do it because it's going to violate NCAA recruiting regulations. Right? So, at the last minute, we had to cancel it. And I was thinking about going, all right, well, let me just go ahead down to the game. But then I decided, nah, I'm going to just relax. I don't feel like rushing to do this, that, and the third. So, I didn't do it. Thanks, NCAA. Thank you. I appreciate you, throwing a monkey wrench in any plans that I had. What am I going to do about it? Nothing I can really do about it, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing I can really do about it. Make sure, actually, let me get to my man, Brian. Brian, appreciate you for the Cash App. He said, this is Harlem. Harlem, what's popping with you, my brother? He said the Captain Clutch shirts are fire. Yeah, these shirts, and listen, they're premium shirts, ladies and gentlemen. They're premium shirts. So I'm not going to lie. They might cost a little bit more, right? But they are premium shirts. They're comfortable. The printing is going to last. All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're high quality garments. Not Fruit of the Loom garments. And this is what ladies and gentlemen, this is what the hoodie looks like. Comic book covers on the back of the hoodie for this one. Just a different kind of a design. And then we have, says Brunson on the front of the hoodie. And you can see on the sleeves, right, it says Captain Clutch on the sleeves. You know what I mean? You got the NBK logo. You got the print jurisdiction logo. Yeah, and we also have these in blue. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have them in blue. Yeah, exclusively at Print Jurisdiction. Make sure that you check out, go copy you a Captain Clutch hoodie, copy you a Captain Clutch shirt, not jersey, shirt, T-shirt, high quality T-shirt. All right, make sure you check those out. Let's talk about some keys to the game, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And first, let me shout out to my man, Chester Nason. Thank you for supporting the channel. He sent me a $10 PayPal. I appreciate you. He said, go Knicks, go NBK. Yes, Chester. And you got one of these shirts coming, Chester. You got one coming. No doubt about it. First of all, keys to the game. The Randall and Brunson duo. If RJ Barrett is out, we need this duo to step up the same way that they did a couple of nights ago against Atlanta. Right? Against Atlanta, these two guys, Julius Randle started it off. Right? Hot in the first quarter. The way that we've seen him last year. He's looking more and more like last season, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good thing. We need that. He's looking more and more like last season. And then in the fourth quarter, guess who showed up? Captain Clutch. Showed up in the fourth quarter. Knocked down some big threes. Couple of assists out there. And I'm going to tell you what, man. It couldn't have been more perfect timing for Jalen Brunson to go into clutch mode. Because me and my guy over at Print Jurisdiction, we already had our marketing plan to get these out by today. The pre-orders out by today. And then, on that very day, he sent me, he said, hey, this is what we need to send out, to let people know the pre-orders are ready. And then Jalen Brunson goes into Captain Clutch mode. Perfect timing. You would have thought that I gave a call to Brunson and said, I need you to get clutch. I didn't. I can't. If I could, I would. But we need Randall and Brunson. We need Randall and Brunson to do their thing tonight especially if RJ and Quentin Grimes are out. Their production becomes even more important and bigger now, because when they produce and they're shooting the ball efficiently, guess what? It opens up everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, gets a little bit more free, gets an easier shot, so on and so forth. We need those guys. Listen, the Knicks need those guys to step up every night, but especially on nights when guys are injured, guys are out. Control the tempo, ladies and gentlemen. Control the tempo. The Wizards are number one in pace. Okay? The Knicks are not number one in pace. They're getting up shot attempts, but they're not number one in pace. So we need to control the tempo. The Wizards probably want to play a little faster than the Knicks normally play. The Knicks want to play at their speed, right? They got to play at the speed that they're comfortable playing. Don't let the Wizards get you into a race, because you might not win that. You probably won't win that, right? So the Knicks need to control the tempo, whatever that means, however that's done. Control the tempo. Some people may not like the way it looks when you control the tempo, but sometimes you have to control the tempo. Defend, and just going back to controlling the tempo, let me take that off the screen for a second. Going back to controlling the tempo, I was watching the Knicks versus, maybe it was Boston on NBA TV. I don't remember who it was, but whoever I was watching the game, and I was listening to the opposing teams. I was listening to their announcers. And some of the things that we complain about, they were actually looking at and saying they felt the Knicks were playing this style of basketball so that the Boston Celtics wouldn't get out and run, or whoever it was that we were playing. I don't remember exactly who it was. But they were commenting on the Knicks maybe playing a slower pace because they did not want that opposing team to get out on the break. All right. And I'm not saying that the Knicks need to play slow every single night or whatever it is, but there are certain times, and you'll see certain things that happen with the offense that you might think, well, maybe they're playing slower so that they can control the pace. They want to control the pace. And if they're winning the basketball game that way, then they'll probably continue to do that. How will the Knicks try to control the tempo against the Wizards? I don't know. Maybe they will play slower. Or maybe they feel like their defense can just shut them down. Or maybe the Knicks feel like they can score with the Wizards, which they probably can, because the Wizards, while they're number one in pace, there's some other things that are stopping them from being a good basketball team. You know what I mean? Because their offensive rating is like 110. The Knicks' offensive rating is 112. You know what I mean? That's, but still, they're number one in pace. I think the Knicks need to try to control that tempo. All right, and don't let them get off to the races. Don't let them play the style of basketball that they want to play. I think the Knicks have the talent to control the tempo and play the style. The Knicks can play the style that they want to play. All right. The Knicks averaging 109.1 points per game. The Wizards 115.5. Of course, the Knicks, their offense has looked better lately. All right, 47 rebounds per game. The Wizards 39. The Knicks better dominate the glass. Like I said, I'm not sure who their backup center is. So now, if Daniel Gafford goes out, they're going small. Kyle Kuzma may be playing at the center spot, going small. Right? And you can see 39.5 rebounds per game. They average 27 assists per game. The Knicks 23. 9 steals for the Wizards. 8.4 for the Knicks. 5.1 blocks for the Wizards. 2.1 blocks for the Knicks. The Knicks, for the most part, take care of the ball. The Wizards a little bit more turnover prone, 14 turnovers per game. But this is one of the reasons, ladies and gentlemen, that I want the Knicks. Another reason that I want the Knicks to control the tempo a little bit more. And I want the Knicks to play so fast that they turn the ball over. Right? The Knicks are historically, under Tom Thibodeau, a low turnover team. I want them to stay that way. When they start overpassing or doing too many things, they turn the basketball over, and it's normally not a good result for the Knicks. All right, the Knicks are shooting the ball 43% from the field. I'd like to see that get better. All right, they're having a little trouble sometimes scoring inside. Getting blocked a lot this year, it feels like. Shooting 37% from the three-point line, 72% from the free throw line. The Wizards, 35.5% from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line. But still, I don't want the Wizards to get loose from that three-point line. They have some guys that can do it. Kyle Kuzma can get hot. Jordan Poole can get hot. Landry can get hot. Advia can get hot. Gallinari can get hot. Right? I don't want these guys getting Kispert can get hot. I don't want these guys to get loose from that three-point line because we'll be in trouble. All right, points in the paint. You know, in the past, it felt like the Knicks, I don't want to say dominated the points in the paint, but were one of the top teams in the league in points in the paint. So far this season, they haven't played as powerful in the paint. The Knicks, 43 points per game in the paint. The Wizards, 55. Second chance points, the Knicks, 17. The Wizards, 9.7. Fast break points, the Knicks, 15. The Wizards, 17.5. Again, the Knicks, we need them to control the pace. Don't let the Wizards get out and fast break on us. I don't want them to run amok. They got some guys that can do it, and I don't know if we can keep up with it, especially if we got guys out. And then we play again tomorrow. I don't want it to be a race. Don't want it to be a race. All right, so, we got control in the tempo. I know, I guess I belabored the point. Didn't mean to do so, but it means a lot to me. I don't want the Knicks to get ran out the gym. Defend the three ball. I just talked about that. These guys can get hot, shoot the three. We've seen it in the preseason. Take advantage of a weak defense. They don't have a good defense, 27th in the league. This is the kind of team that you can show your newfound, the Knicks have been working on moving the basketball. It's the type of team that you can move the basketball against. I want the Knicks to have a high number of assists tonight. Keep the ball moving. Keep it flowing. And then take that same thing back to Charlotte tomorrow. All right, take advantage of a weak defense. Fourth quarter execution against Atlanta. The Knicks had some pretty good fourth quarter execution. Captain Clutch finished the game off. Right, early in the season, it's still early in the season, but earlier in the season, the Knicks struggled a little bit with that fourth quarter execution. As a matter of fact, against really good teams like Boston, I think the Knicks have struggled with fourth quarter execution. It's Boston. You're going to struggle a little bit. There's no doubt. But I would rather their struggles in fourth quarter execution result in missed shots, right? That's the extent of the struggle. They miss shots, but we've seen the Knicks turn the ball over in the fourth quarter a few times this season. Just make the wrong plays, get themselves in a little bit of trouble. Shots late in the shot clock, or shooting late in the shot clock. I think the execution is getting better, though. I think it's getting better. More fourth quarter, better fourth quarter, or continue to have good fourth quarter execution from my guy, Captain Clutch. You know what I mean? Captain Clutch. And get used to it, guys, because I'm going to have this all season long. We're going to be talking about Captain Clutch. It's my nickname for him now. So get used to it. Get used to it. And we're going to have a couple other, superheroes from the Knicks too. Hopefully we'll have at least one more this season because this is a series, ladies and gentlemen. This is a collection of merchandise. But those are my keys to the game. Randall and Brunson duo need to show up for the Knicks. Control the tempo. The Wizards are number one in pace. Defend the three ball. Take advantage of a weak defense and in fourth quarter execution. Ladies and gentlemen, I expect the Knicks to win this basketball game tonight. I don't know what they're going to score. I don't know, if it's going to be. I don't know what to expect against, a team like this. I expect the Knicks to win, but, the Wizards are the type of team that on any given night can have a really good basketball game, I think. You know what I'm saying? On any given night, I think they can have a good basketball game. I don't want it to be against the Knicks, but I'm expecting the Knicks to win this game tonight and then go to Charlotte and win in Charlotte, especially, when they go to Charlotte, the Knicks haven't won a game on a back-to-back yet. They haven't won a back-to-back. Right, so the Knicks got to win this game tonight. Tom Thibodeau, I want Tom Thibodeau. I don't have it down as one of my keys, but originally I did have it down as one of my keys. That Tom Thibodeau needs to open up the bench a little bit. If these guys are hurt, or if these guys are not playing tonight, open up the bench. You know what I mean? Open up the bench. Use Evan Fournier. Hit him up, said Evan Fournier tonight. Use Evan Fournier. Maybe even use Jericho Sims. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it tonight. This is the night to do it. I don't want to see Josh Hart with 40-plus minutes or Julius Randle with 39, 40 minutes or Jalen Brunson with 39, 40 minutes. Right? We need to use that bench. Old Head said Tibbs should expand the bench on the second game of the back-to-back. But with so many guys out, I dig what you're saying. I get it. But with so many guys out, if you can expand the bench a little bit tonight, and then I think maybe the second night, I don't know, the second night, if you expand the bench tonight, especially if you're able to get a big lead, now you have a little bit more flexibility to expand the bench. But if you expand it a little bit tonight, maybe you save some of those legs for tomorrow because, you're getting right on the plane and going to Charlotte tonight. Maybe you can get a little bit of extra rest for some of those guys. Either way, I don't think he does it. Old Head, I don't think he does it either way, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to, he's going to use Miles McBride. Maybe we do see some Jericho Sims. I don't know about Evan Fournier. Right? And then, especially if it's a close game. If it's a close game, Tibbs ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. You know what I mean? Julius Caesar said Tibbs ain't expanding nothing. Keith Turner said Tibbs doesn't think like that. I agree. He doesn't. Knicks 100 said free Jeffries and Toppin. I don't think that's going to happen because they already listed those guys as out. Right? Not out because of injury, but out because they're in the G League. Right? So if you take a look at the injury report, and this is from 330, Charlie Brown Jr., two-way, out because of two-way. Jacob Toppin, out because of two-way. Dwayne Washington Jr., out because of two-way. Daquan Jeffries will probably be with the team, though. So maybe, you could use him if you wanted to. I don't think Tibbs will, but you could use him if you wanted to. Right? Keith Turner said, good coaches always think ahead. It's one of Tibbs' many flaws. I mean, listen, I think that Tom Thibodeau thinks ahead. And he probably says, should I expand the bench tonight? Let's see how it goes. And then once he gets out there, he's just like, nah, it's not happening tonight if he doesn't like what he sees. You know what I mean? You know, so I think he thinks ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like button for me. All right, we got 52 likes. We can get a little bit more than that if you can. Costs nothing. Hit that like button for me. All right. Also, channel's been demonetized. Support the channel if you can. Cash App, $ nothing but Knicks. PayPal is paypal.me/nothing but Knicks. Make sure when you get a chance, you check out the lineup of Captain Clutch clothing, a new NBK Comics apparel. All right, make sure you check that out. That's at printjurisdiction.com. The link is in the description of the video. Also, it's tagged to the top of your YouTube chat. You know, Cowboy Bob said, rest RJ tonight. Play the bench, and then see if tomorrow RJ can play tomorrow. You know, I think that's a possibility. No doubt about that. I think that's a possibility that they decide to rest RJ tonight. I think that's all going to depend on, you know, is his migraine gone or is it still bothering him? You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, migraines can be funny. I've never had one, but I've had players and friends and people that have had migraines. And my assistant coach gets migraines, and it'll just, bang, come all of a sudden. He'll have a migraine. I don't even know. I'm not sure he even knows why, but, you know, he'll have to go sit in a dark room, you know, be away from everybody. His normally fades away in an hour or two. You know what I mean? You know, I just hope everything is okay with RJ as when we talk about migraines and things going on with the brain, that can be serious. Hope everything is okay with him. You know what I mean? But, ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks play the Wizards tonight. I think we get this win tonight. I don't know if it's going to be easy or not. It's hard for me to say, but I think we should win. I do want to mention one thing, though, before I go. Mark Jackson, you guys probably heard it. He spoke out a little bit about the whole situation with the Knicks, right? And it sounds like he's almost ready. He did it on Instagram, but it sounds like he's almost ready to speak out about everything that's going on with him in the league. I think he's kind of fed up with everything going on and the rumors and all of this stuff. Came out and he said he turned down the job a week ago. And I wasn't able to prepare the video, but I'm pretty sure you guys seen the video. He said he turned it down a week ago. It was something that he dreamt about. He would have loved to have been able to back up Walt Clyde Frazier, call the Knicks, you know, his hometown team. But it didn't work out. He didn't go into specifics. But he did kind of express some frustration with, you know, just the rumors that's out there. And he didn't get fired from the Knicks. He didn't get fired, right? He never had the job. There was never a contract. And I think he wanted to get that out there, that he didn't get, because, you know, the more it goes around the league that, oh, he got fired from Golden State. Now he got fired from, you know, being a with the Knicks. It hurts his reputation. And I think that's what he's trying to save right now, right? Trying to save his reputation. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that he has. It's unfortunate that he has that type of reputation. And I apologize for the phone going over top of me. I'll get back. Whoever just called, call back. I got you. All right. I'm going to pick up right now. All right, whoever just call back. I got you, man. But it's I don't know. It's unfortunate that Mark Jackson is receiving the type of treatment that he's receiving in the NBA. You know what I mean? And I think we would all love to see Mark Jackson back in the league. All right, so I'm gonna ask the person that's on the line now to make sure that you mute the background. All right, because I heard myself a little bit in the background. Caller, you're live. Tell me your name and where you're from, please.
Hey, what's up, man? Benji from New York City.
Hey, what's going on, Benji? How you feeling?
What's going on, man? Love the show.
Appreciate it.
You make it easy to get all the way from the time before tip-off to tip-off. So I appreciate it, man. I didn't get a chance because I was working to hear everything you said about the Fournier stuff. But, man, I'm with you, man, and I always get roasted for my support of Evan. But, I mean, if these two guys don't play tonight, I mean, he's got to play. I mean, and I almost want Tibbs to be forced to feel uncomfortable to play him because it's absurd that there's a situation that's been there where you have a player that hasn't this isn't a 12th man guy. Like he's just not being allowed to play. So I don't want to distract it from all the success that the team is having. Most people know this, but we're allowing the fewest points per game of any team in the league. So that should be noted. And we're doing a lot of positive things, and there's a lot of good things to say about this team. But Evan's got to get a shot. I mean, enough is enough, man. I'm just curious to your thoughts. I know you always kind of speak for that, but I just don't see why the guy that can score and can shoot and has some size can't get an opportunity on a team that isn't great offensively. So,
right. Now,
those are my thoughts.
I'm with you 100%. I feel like Evan Fournier he doesn't have to be a starter. You know what I mean? But I feel like he can help the Knicks, especially in situations like this. I feel like he can help. And there's been a few nights this season that I thought Evan Fournier could have helped. His scoring could have helped. His shooting could have helped. There's been several nights where the Knicks just didn't shoot the ball well from the field, and or couldn't knock down a three for nothing. At least two games where they shot really, really bad from the 3-point line. And Evan Fournier might have helped. You might have caught lightning in a bottle. I mean, and especially in situations like this, I would like to see Evan Fournier be able to get out there on the floor for a couple of minutes, 13 minutes. I don't care.
Yeah, just let the guy get some shot attempts, and like you said, man, maybe he gets hot and hits 3 threes in a row, and all of a sudden you got a lot of points off the bench. I mean, it's just to have a player that you can complain about the deficiencies and the lack of defense and the contract. Like you're not moving past that. It's a sunk cost already. So what you do is you make the most of what you have, right? If you go and you buy yourself dinner and you ordered the wrong thing and you can't return it, you're not going to just let it sit there. You're gonna eat some of it if it's edible and tastes good, and it just doesn't make sense for a guy that he's not washed up. I mean, he's 30. He just turned 31. He can still shoot, and you played him in the preseason. He played him in the preseason. I don't know if that was like a mind game thing or like, hey, like let me just like let you play when the games don't count. It's just to go through this. And honestly, to be fair, I don't want to make this all about him, but to be fair, this is his third year, and he's likely going to spend 2 of those years not playing. And that's for a guy that you signed to a contract. So I get the deficiencies, and I get how he doesn't fit into our defensive plan, but he's not the only guy in the NBA that can't play defense at a high level. There's, Wesley Matthews got off the bench in the game on Wednesday night, right? Didn't he play? And he's like probably 36, 37. There's a guy named Matt Ryan who's a very good shooter. He plays a lot of minutes for the Pelicans on a nightly basis. So there's guys that aren't defensive minded that play a lot, and Evan deserves minutes. It's fair to the player. And this is how, honestly, at a bigger picture level, this is how you get through the grind of a long season. This is game 12 out of 82. You got to get to the end of the season, right? You can't just all be about winning every game. Yeah, it is. Of course, it's important to win every game, and every game matters. But you also got to be look at the long term, right? Are we burning guys out? And to be fair, and then I'll pass it off. But I don't think Dante has played well enough to justify him playing over Evan, to be honest. So there's just a lot to unpack there. But big game tonight. Hopefully we take care of business easily, and then we can move on to Charlotte tomorrow.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I appreciate your time, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I'd be surprised if we see Evan Fournier play tonight. It'd be a good situation for him to play, but we know how Tom Thibodeau feels about it or about Evan Fournier, and I'm not expecting him to play. I think Tom Thibodeau, if anyone does play, maybe Jericho Sims gets some minutes. That still leaves the Knicks with a 9-man rotation, right? And then he fills in. Dante plays more minutes. Josh Hart plays more minutes. Still kind of small, but the Wizards will be small too. You know what I mean? But I do agree with the call. I don't know about the Dante and Evan Fournier thing because we haven't even seen Evan Fournier play. So, and Dante plays defense. I think the defense and the hustle and those things, I think that's what Tom Thibodeau really likes about Dante DiVincenzo. With Evan Fournier, for the most part, you're going to get some shooting. You're not going to get. I don't think you're going to get the things that Dante DiVincenzo brings. On as far as the defensive side, the rebounding that he can provide. The hustle and those little things. I don't think you're going to get that from Evan Fournier. Maybe on occasion here and there, but I still believe that he should be getting a couple of minutes. Getting a couple of minutes. Shout out to David Barclay. Thank you for the Cash App. It's definitely appreciated. I'm in appreciation of everybody, man. You guys have really been, supporting me, keeping it going. So I definitely appreciate it. I had so much more content I wanted to do this week, but I was at a conference, or last week I was at a conference, and I just wasn't able to do it because I was too busy. I was driving 2 hours to get back to practice, and then 2 hours to go back to the conference. So it was a crazy week last week, but some of you guys see me doing the show from the conference, but I'm back home now. You know what I mean? Back home now. Tomorrow, I'm back home, but tomorrow is going to be a little bit tough for me to do a game preview, but I'll be doing a post-game show because I'll be actually at a game tomorrow about 1 o'clock. Then we got practice, so on. But if I can get a game preview in, I will. But I'll definitely be doing a post-game show. You know what I mean? So, David Barclay, thank you, man. I definitely appreciate you and everyone else who's supported me and those who are just here, helping to push the channel to support me. I definitely appreciate it. But I think I'm going to sign off for the night. It's 5:30, ladies and gentlemen. The Knicks play in about an hour and a half. The game is at 7 p.m. tonight. I don't know why. It is, but the Knicks, when they play the Wizards, always seem to start at 7 p.m. Maybe it's because, I live here in the D.C. area, and it could be because all the parking closes at like midnight. The trains are still open a little bit later than that, but maybe it has to do with that. I don't know. But the games are always at 7 p.m. when they play the Wizards, and the Wizards are on East Coast time. It's kind of it's a weird thing. I haven't paid attention to the Wizards to see if all of their games are that way, but it's a weird thing. Looking at the most updated injury report, ladies and gentlemen, the 5:30 injury report says the same thing. R.J. Barrett and Quentin Grimes are questionable. We'll probably find out soon from someone like Steph Bondy or something like that. We'll probably get some updates as far as the Knicks and who may be playing tonight. My expectation, given that you're playing a team that's not supposed to be as good, that you're playing a team who has a little bit of a weaker defense, that Tom Thibodeau might go ahead and sit both of those guys tonight and utilize that bench tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. All right. I will see you on a post-game show. Hopefully, I'm going to see you on a Losers Lounge. I guess we'll probably see you on the Losers Lounge either way, whether or not the Knicks win or lose, because now we're doing the Losers Lounge. Even if the Knicks lose, we're doing one for the Knicks. All right, so make sure you check us out tonight. My man Tay said, are the pre-order shirts available? Yes, the pre-order shirts are available. They're available in T-shirts. They are available in hoodies. PrintJurisdiction.com, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go check those out. All right, here's the hoodies right here. All right, those are the hoodies. I'll show you that's actually the back of the hoodie. It's the blue one. Right, here's a black one. Same exact thing. That's the front of the hoodie. And then you got the back of the hoodie. All right, so make sure you go to printjurisdiction.com and check it out. It's actually tagged to the top of your YouTube chat right now. All right, and I just put Print Jurisdiction in the I just put it in the YouTube chat, but it's tagged to the top. It's also in the description of the video. So you can go check out everything that's in the pre-order. Right? We got black, there's cream, obviously there's blue. Right? A couple different things, colorways that you can check into. All right, so make sure you go check it out. I also pull up the T-shirts so you can see what the T-shirts look like. All right, for those who haven't seen, those are the Jalen Brunson Captain Clutch T-shirts. All right, and that's the black one. Of course, it says Brunson on the black. On the back, you got a blue one, and that also says Brunson on the back. There's also a cream one. Let me scroll this down a little bit. You can see the cream ones down here. All right, you see you got the cream one with blue. All right, you see the cream with the blue comic book cover with the orange logos. All right, you got cream with the black comic book cover. And, of course, the back has the Brunson 11 on it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. They're dope. They're dope, and I see my man Greg said 75 with the question. Hey, listen, these are. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it's a little. These are premium. This is quality, premium. This is premium, right? And when you get one, you'll feel and understand the quality of it. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your time. Go check out what we got over there. And I will see you later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm up out of here. Peace.